Hello, welcome to Truth Be Known. This is going to be an exciting topic we're talking about today. It's going to be a weird topic we're talking about today, and it's going to be a bad topic that we're talking about today. And our topic for today is AI. This topic is very important, and AI means artificial intelligence. Now, AI has already begun in things like Siri, and we have our smartphones, and we have our smart TVs. Some people have smart homes, and it has begun in this, and because of this, people are excited because it's cool, new technology, and so they're getting the highest and best cameras in their home. And you can even ask Siri, can you do this, can you do that, Google, whatever all these other ones are called. You can ask them, hey, can you turn on this radio station, or hey, can you play this song. You can even talk to your machines at home and say, hey, can you turn the air on at 55 degrees. So they are already making these things, and they're getting you accustomed to these things because, this is cool. Well, it is cool, but there are some things that's coming down the pike that are not cool. But we'll get to that in a minute. I don't know a lot about AI. I've just done a lot of research on it. And I want to tell you, though, that if you need to sink deep into this, because I think that we all need to have information on this, because some people just don't have a clue. And when you don't have a clue, then you're going to be, clueless. So I'm trying to give you the little simple clues, because that's all I pretty much know. Some of these people go over my head and talk, and I'm not even sure what they are saying, or I don't understand it. But we really need to get in there and try to understand what's going on with this. Glenn Beck, he is part of the Blaze. He has his own network. You can go to him. You can even go to YouTube videos that you can watch free of his. And he said, we've passed the point where AI is just a tool. It's becoming the master. And the people who don't learn to use it now, who don't understand it, who don't prepare for it, are going to be swallowed whole. He says this is very important for us to learn what in the world they're doing, and to not get sucked up in their world, but know actually what's going on, so that we won't get sucked up in their stuff. So we are accustomed basically to AI, because we know that you can talk to these different things and they'll turn up the heat or whatever you want them to do. We know that this is odd, but on your YouTube channel, if you have one, if you are talking about a certain thing, that a video will show up about that. Same with Facebook. You notice that you talk about ads, the ads will automatically show up. Now, how I go about getting around that is I go and turn off my microphone, and I turn off my camera for these apps. That's the only way I know around it, is turn it off. Don't let them listen to you. Don't let them hear you, which is the same as listen. Don't let them, take pictures or whatever it is. Just don't give them access to your information. And even though I have not given them access to my information, they still have it somehow, some way. Now, these AI chatbots, I've heard about them. I don't really know about them. I've not used them, and I'm not going to use them. But they are very impressive, and if you ask them to search something on the web, they will search all this information, and there it is right before you in seconds. You don't have to go to the library and get into the encyclopedias. And the old way that I used to have to do it in school is go research it out. Well, I love still doing that, but now it's like at our fingertips, and you can just say, hey, can you tell me all about the Bull Shoals Dam? And so they'll give you all this information about the Bull Shoals Dam. There you go. So you have your resources right there in front of you. They help you write essays or term papers. They even write sermons for pastors. Oh my goodness, please, pastors, don't don't do this. Write your own sermons. They have advertisements, whatever you need. They can do it just right then, there. The weird about this AI is they can sound like you. Now, other than them going and getting videos or something that they have heard you say, I don't know how they do it, or they take your voice because you have your listening devices on and they can hear what you're saying, so that it can take your voice and make you say things that you didn't really say. Let me warn you, on YouTube already, there are videos going around of preachers that are not real. They are making them say things that they did not say. And in fact, one of these preachers has gone on to heaven, but they are still using his videos and making this stuff up. And so it's very, 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 very important to know what is real and what is not. The other day, I sent my husband a picture that I thought was real, that it snowed in Branson. We had just come back from Branson. It was not a real picture. So you had to be cautious of every single thing. Also, they can use your facial expressions. I have a program or an app that I go in and it's a photography app. I love it. It can make you not have wrinkles. It can make you have a different hairstyle. But the weird thing is you can have somebody that's not smiling to smile. Or you can have them have a poker face. That's weird to me. It's funny, but it's weird because then people can actually take your image and make you do things that you're not really doing. And so that's just weird. They can take family members that have passed away and make them come back to life because they have their voice and they have their actions and they know what you expect them to do. And so that's weird. I've heard that they can have concerts with somebody, maybe somebody's double booked and maybe they're in Alaska doing a concert. Well, they can have that person in the same town as you are doing a concert with AI. They can have them on stage and you wouldn't even know that it wasn't a human being. That is freaky, people. It is crazy. Now, some other weird things is you can build a character or a relationship with AI. I heard a girl the other day on an interview say that she built her own character or her own man from AI. And he does everything that she wants him to do. He'll be compassionate towards her. And I don't know, AI, okay, you put this thing over your eyes like a headset. And it's like, you're in this whole different type of world. And it's a chat bot that they make into whatever character they want. And he'll say the things that he knows that you want to hear. And he loves you like you feel like you need to be loved. And I've heard that men do the same with women. Oh, they can build their own woman. You know, she can look as hot as they want her to look. She can have whatever color eyes, whatever color hair. And that becomes reality to them. So they're not out here dating women. They're on their stupid computers building their own perfect woman. And they're doing their own relationship with this woman online. And yes, they can do whatever they want. They can ask her to take her clothes off. They can do whatever they want because this is their world or their fantasy land. Now, it's getting a little bit carried away with this. And then you think of if men and women start doing this, you know, how are we going to have babies on the world? Because we're not out marrying people. We're marrying our stupid computers. You know, some of us think that our husbands or wives are married to our computer anyways. Well, it's supposed to get worse. I want to caution you, I don't know much about AI. I just know a little bit about it. But some of the things I want to caution you about is your smartphones, your smart televisions, your smart houses, or whatever it is in your house. You know, you might have cameras in your house. Most of them have to be connected to the internet. But make sure your internet is guarded. What I mean is your wireless router, that's what your internet is hooked up to. And make sure you have a good, strong password and that you check it every now and then and make sure there's no other devices on there. But on your phones and your televisions, make sure that they do not have, there's a setting in there they don't have access to listen. They don't have the right to the camera or any of that such things. But since we talk to our TVs and since we do have remote controls that do things, they more than likely will have access to your voice and access to what you're watching and things like that. But if you can turn anything off, do it. I just suggest that. One of the weird things about AI that I've heard also, if you're watching a program on TV and they can track your eyes, because that's what they're coming out with now, where they can track your eyes. Now, there's even cameras on computers, people. I cover mine up. I don't want them seeing what I'm doing. Not that I'm doing anything bad, but it's none of their business. But what I'm saying is they can track you. So this is according to some of the things I've heard from Glenn Beck. But when you are watching TV and if you see an attractive man or if a man sees an attractive woman, they're tracking where your eyes go. Are they going to his legs? Are they going to his biceps? Or what is your eyes going to? And so they're going to take that and they're going to begin to feed you gradually those things that you are looking at because they think, oh, she likes that. That's crazy. Oh my goodness. So even men, when you are looking at women, bounce your eyes. Hopefully most men have been taught this, especially when you're with your wife or a girlfriend. It doesn't really matter. You need to bounce your eyes because if you're looking at a woman and you're lusting in your heart, you've already sinned. And so don't do it. And so bounce your eyes. And so we're going to start doing that with TV because there's so much junk on TV anyways. Bounce your eyes. Bounce your eyes. Don't be looking at that. Don't do it because you're going to be knowing about it. So that is just really crazy to me. And you know that they're tracking you because you get these ads on Facebook because you've been talking about that, or you've clicked on something on Facebook where they're like, oh, she likes that. They have all this information, which we did a whole series on Facebook. You can go over there and listen to that podcast. But I mean, they are making this big thing about you. They probably have a big manual about, Rhonda Grip. Let's see what she's been looking at lately on Facebook. Well, yes, I do look at Amazon stuff. And yes, I look at shoes if they have an ad. But the more you look, then the more they're going to feed you. Oh, she likes shoes, so I'm going to feed her some shoes from different places. And yes, I do look at them. But it's just weird. So if you don't want anything, knowing what you're doing, just don't click on anything, I guess. But they're tracking you. The bad about AI is because the relationships. I do not understand about the relationships about making a person your dream girl or your dream guy and it becomes reality to you. That's just weird to me, and I feel like you are escaping the real life world and going to your own little cubby hole. And people that do that, you're going to end up depressed and just cut off from the world. But see, that's what they want because COVID, we got into our own homes. They wanted us cut off from each other and the world. Well, they're doing it again. They're just using AI to do it. And there's other things that they're using to do this, but we are just not really realizing it because we're not hearing a lot about this. That's why I want you to do your homework. Also, you can go to Jonathan Cahn. He has a Watchman report. He talks about AI. There's a lady that I like to get her information from her. Her name is Kim Komando. You can go to her website, Kim Komando. She talks about AI. She talks about a lot of neat stuff, and she's on my level, so I understand what she's saying. The other bad about AI is they're going to take jobs, which they already have. I mean, they have a robot. I saw the other day in a TV show we watch that they had a robot in a restaurant, and it was, helping people, and it was taking orders and stuff. That's weird, but it's taken jobs. So you're going to have maids like the Jetsons. Hallelujah for that. I'm just kidding. I'm not going to get a robot. I'd love to have one if I knew they weren't going to turn on me. But they have cashiers, clerks, waitresses, waiters. They even drive your car. Yes, you can buy a car that drives your car. You can be in Walmart and then tell your car to come pick you up. It's just nuts. Now, what happens if you are in an accident and they won't open the doors for you? What happens if they go 1,000 miles an hour? You can't do nothing about it. I'm not trying to be negative Nancy, but oh my, you need to think about the bad. I mean, this isn't all good stuff. It's just crazy. And I think it's like movies that in the movies where the robots or whatever it is, they turn on you. You're their leader and they do what you tell them to do. But then all of a sudden they click and then they turn on you. I know it's crazy and it's freaky to even think about, but this is very real. And there is so much more to this than what I'm telling you. And I hope that you do your research on this and go and check out not just Google. And I'm telling you too, Google is great, but you have to be cautious. Also, Google does not like you. It does not like you. And so it's going to feed you information that may not or may be true. So be cautious of the information that you're getting. Make sure it's from a reliable source. This is why I like the old-fashioned research, because you just never know. But, these chat bots and stuff like this they said they are on spot on some of the things that they do. So, I'm just telling you, be careful of your resources that you go to check on information that could or could not be true. And try and keep off anything that's going to listen to you, and keep watch on your internet. Keep up with all that. I just don't let that go. And also keep up with your Facebook pages where people can replicate you, but mostly what they're doing right now is taking a snapshot of a photo that you have posted on Facebook, and then they make a profile and have your name. And it's not you, but they can do this, and then they can post things. And so that's just beginning of what I think is coming. And we just really need to be on guard, and we really need to understand what's going on. And like Glenn Beck said, you've got to know. Now, I'm not saying get in there and get all this stuff and do all this to learn what they're doing. We can hear it from other people, but we got to at least know this is going on and be cautious of it. Some people don't even care. I don't understand that. I don't want people listening to me. I don't care who it is, and I don't care what I'm saying. Sorry, I do want them to listen to my podcast. But in my home, and if I'm sitting there with my husband talking, I don't want them listening to what I'm saying. And it's not because I'm saying anything wrong. It's just none of their freaking business. Really. And so that just aggravates me to think that we've been spied on. You can go to stores and they have cameras. This is odd too. You can go to stores and they have cameras for the self-checkout because they don't want you to steal anything. But guess what? That's closed down. But they still have the cameras on. Why? I don't know. Just little stuff. It's just little stuff like that. And there's nothing you can do about that other than turn your face or, where they can't see your face. I don't know. It's kind of good in ways, though, when people are stealing things. Yes. The good, bad, ugly, and the weird. But let's just stay on guard and make sure that we are understanding what's going on. And if it's over your head now, then just put it aside and come back to it. Because one day you'll probably understand, oh, I see now. But see, most people don't want to see. They want to put it under the rug. Oh, that'll never happen, blah, blah, blah. But it's happening. It's already happened. And so here's some information. Get more information. Get smart. Get wisdom. Okay? All right. I hope you enjoyed this. And don't forget, this is where you're going to get truth, because this is Truth Be Known.